Hey folks, it's Wade the Shoe Dog, and I want to show you a picture. And the reason I'm doing this is um to help you evaluate your situation, right? So you are a designer, developer, a brand builder, and you're going to a factory. You're going to evaluate it. Now, um, maybe you don't have a chance to go to the factory, but they're sending you pictures of inside the factory. And what are you looking for? What are you looking at, right? Right? You want to try to get a feeling for what's happening here. So I am going to show you this picture here, and we're going to talk about a few things. What I see when I look at this picture. So first things first, um, look at the conveyor belt here. It it's glossy and clean, fabulous. That's important, right? If the materials the shoes are sitting on are not clean, your shoes will not be clean. And of course, we are looking at what are they making? A white shoe, right? White rubber bottom. You're gonna zoom in and look, but it looks pretty clean. Now, now beyond the conveyor belt, right? Now let's look over here. What's going on over here? This is the floor behind the conveyor belt. And what does that look like? Huh? It looks clean. And the what else I see on the floor back there, right? I don't see anything. There's nothing sitting on the floor. There's no cardboard boxes or bags, stuff sitting on the floor. Everything's on a cart. The aisles are clean. Okay. Um, Now, when else I look at this picture, I see a well-known brand. Great. And then actually, when I was in this factory, I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's a good brand. And it's important to ask where the shoes are going. And it turns out that not only is this uh, a well known brand, but this shoe in particular is going to the Japanese distributor of that brand. Now, um, what you need to know about selling products into Japan is that it's like government regulation that they have a lifetime warranty. Now, what's a lifetime of a shoe, right? And not the lifetime of a person, but basically what that means is they're all up in your grill about quality. So if you're in a factory that's sending shoes to Japan, then you are likely in a good factory. So now it's clean. They're making products for Japan. Fantastic. Now, also, I'm looking at this other rack over here. Now, this is a different brand altogether. And I didn't recognize it, but I went looking online later and I see, oh, this is a European fashion brand. And they're growing quickly. So here's a factory that now has taken on customers in Japan and in Europe. Good news. Okay. And they're making beautiful looking shoes. Now, here's another thing that you might not recognize. Okay. You see workers in uniforms. That's not a neither either or, right? I mean, I do like to see uniforms from a point of you can tell the gals in yellow are the quality team versus the workers that are just in standard red, which it makes no difference either or, but it does send a signal that this factory has it together. Now, of course, there's other workers there that are not wearing uniforms, and that's a beautiful human right to let people wear what they want to wear. Fantastic. In the old days, it was all uniforms all the time. Now, hey, whoever, however, right? The other thing I see in this factory, and you would never see this in the old days, is there's workers with gray hair. And to me, I like that because that means they're experienced. They know what they're doing. So versus a lot of young people. Hey, not that young people can't make great shoes, but it's not a bad thing to see older workers that are in stable situations, right? This is their job. They're not moving on, thrusting to do something else or whatever. They're in these jobs. They know what they're doing. They're experienced. Love it. Now, here's another thing. You see this white bar across the conveyor belt? What is that thing? Well, it is between these two gals in yellow. They're wearing gloves, and they're wearing gloves. Why? Not to keep their hands clean, to keep the shoes clean, right? That's pretty important. So, what that thing is, it's called a quality bridge. And it is something so simple, but when once you see it, it's hard not to unsee it. What that bar, because that conveyor belt is coming towards us, right? What that bar means is that a shoe can't get from the main assembly line to the end without somebody picking it up and looking at it, right? So, of these two gals here that are inspecting these shoes, every single one is going to get looked at. That's important. Now, um, what do I see over here? Now, this is a pair of shoes that there was an issue with. So they put them on the rack, and that's actually what this rack behind here is. These are shoes that needed something, and you're like, oh, that's not good. They needed something. No, it's great because they're doing something with it. Because usually, if they all come down and none of them needed any extra attention, the fiddle here, fiddle there, then that just means they're all going through. And and these are still made by humans. So something, even in the best factory, that feedback loop to take a shoe back and get a little extra TLC, that's important. So if you walk in and they're just all going out, that means the shoe is a number 100% perfect, which is not never possible. So to see them going back and getting a little rework, that is perfectly acceptable. Now, there's a couple other things I see here too. Um, it maybe doesn't look like it, but this factory is really well lit. It's like it hurts your eyes. It's so bright. And if you're making dark colored things, dark colored shoes with, and this actually has contrast stitching on the shoe, so you see every mistake, you know. But this shoe factory is well lit. And also, if you look above here, there's a giant shiny steel air handling equipment. And so this factory, either those are either, and actually here you can see two things. These are vented, blowing air in, and over here is the vent pulling air out. And above the above the gluing stations, you can see a little bit in the back there. There's a big hood, and that big hood is to collect vapors. Now, this factory, I know for a fact, uses water-based cement. Most modern factories making for big brands are all using water-based cement. And the fact that you look down the assembly line and you don't see anyone wearing a mask is pretty much proof that that's what's happening. Because even not for the sake of disease or whatever, or it's common, of course, in Asia, you see people wearing masks any day of the week. But in the shoe factory, everyone would be wearing a mask, and you'd walk in and you get a headache because of the glue. But you have modern air handling, you know, and no one's wearing a mask. So, and when you walk into this place, I can tell you it smells great. It's not, used to be you'd get a big headache, but nowadays it's not. So, folks, that's it. I mean, so just looking at one picture, this is what you can notice. And hey, you'll get there. You spend some time in some factories. This happens to be a really nice one. If you would like to be introduced to this factory, I can definitely introduce you to this factory. I guarantee this is not a 250 pair minimum factory. You got to come with 1,000 per color. That's the fact of it, and that's how you get high consistent qualities, by making more than a couple hundred of each color. But again, this is a factory that is available for work. If you have a brand, if you're either making shoes now and you need a second option, or you're thinking about it and you're worried that you can't find a good factory, well, here it is. Okay, folks, this is Wade, and if you have questions about shoemaking stuff, particularly about the business, then I want you to just visit us, and you can find us at shoemakersacademy.com. Where's that website? Let me show it to you. It's over here. Here we are, shoemakersacademy.com, and you're going to find all kinds of books, courses. We obviously you're here on our YouTube channel, so you're familiar with that. But if you want to learn more about this business, or you want help with your own footwear business, then just come on over to Shoemakers Academy, and you can email me anytime, theshoedog@shoemakersacademy.com, and I'd be happy to help you. All right, folks, have a nice day now.